everyone, Kate here, and today we will be talking about the use of henna, specifically in Hollywood, as a hair dye in the 1920s and 30s. We will talk about who used henna, how it was used, as well as some of the social implications of using a hair dye during this time period. I've been using henna on my own hair for years, and I was so excited when I learned about some of the historical precedent of using henna as a hair dye during some of my favorite decades. I always felt a bit weird because I kind of considered my hair color a little more modern than perhaps women would have been using in the 1920s and 30s. No! I'm historically accurate by accident. It's probably why I like the color. I knew in here that it was historically appropriate. Before we begin, let's have a very brief look at the history of henna. And I mean like really, really brief. There's a lot of history packed into one little paragraph. Henna powder is made from the plant Lawsonia inermis and has been used as a dye since ancient times, especially in places like India, North Africa, Egypt, as well as many other parts of the Middle East and surrounding regions. Henna's use in Western culture seems to have started to gain traction during the Victorian period, likely due to the British Empire's connection with India, which is a whole can of worms I am not getting into in this video. By the 1920s and 30s, Hollywood had somewhat normalized both makeup and hair dye, at least to a certain extent. Their use still wasn't exactly proper, but they were at least more acceptable and accessible than they had been in previous decades. Both henna and makeup could often be seen being sported by the daring young flappers at the time. It's during this period that you start to see the rise of more henna products, recipes, and Hollywood stars flaunting their crimson locks. Now, my roots before filming this were actually in desperate need of a touch-up, so I'm going to show you a bit of my own henna process throughout the course of this video. For anyone curious, here is a blend that I use on my own hair. Now, onto the historical recipes. Yay! Recipes! During the early part of the 20th century, henna was commonly applied to the hair in what was called a henna rinse. A henna rinse is basically a henna dye. Henna rinses could be a little more diluted sometimes than a regular henna dye, but they're pretty much the same thing. I think the terminology just sounded less scary than dye. It's just a rinse. It's fine. Nothing scandalous about a rinse. An example of a henna rinse recipe from 1919 reads as follows. To prepare the infusion, add 200 grams of henna leaves to 550 milliliters of boiling water and boil for 5 minutes. Set the solution aside for 3 hours and filter. Then add alcohol, preservative, and perfume. I think the alcohol is most likely included in this formulation for preservation purposes, as it shouldn't actually be required to help set the dye. It could also be there for consistency reasons, as this recipe was intended for use by pharmacies and drugstores to create a product that was ready to use, rather than a recipe aimed at consumers. Going back to the Edwardian era for a moment, 1001 Household Hints, published in 1910, gives a much simpler application method, which involved just making a paste with the henna and some water. This is fairly similar to a modern henna application, with the only exception that the henna is not soaked quite as long. When I do my own henna, I actually allow the henna to sit overnight to allow the dye to fully release, so I get as red as I can. Back in 1910, I'm sure they would have been going for a slightly more subtle look, so the shorter dye release time makes a lot of sense. magazines from the 1920s and 30s, you also see a lot of ads for henna shampoos. These products differ from a henna rinse in that they were in a much more diluted form, and they were also meant to be used more regularly. Now, it's hard to know exactly what was in these different henna shampoo products, but this article from 1930 gives you an idea of the application method. For some people, henna shampoos bring out the beauty of the hair. By this, I do not mean a dye. I mean a simple shampoo with henna allowed to remain on the hair for about 15 or 20 minutes. The article then goes on to give a bit more detail about using pure henna on the hair. Henna is the name given a herb that grows in hotter climates. The leaves are used for hair tinting and dyeing. A thick paste is made and applied to the hair. The paste should be distributed and applied evenly. That is so that your hair will have an increased luster and not for dyeing the hair. I wouldn't presume to give advice on that, as hair dyeing can only be accomplished successfully by an expert in the line. If your hair is light brown, have the paste thin. If dark brown, red, or black, make a thicker paste. The henna you may get at any drugstore. For light hair, the paste should remain on for 10 minutes. For darker hair, it may stay from 20 to 60 minutes. Wash off the henna with soap and hot water. Be sure that it is all off. Use a little hair lotion or brilliantine on the hair so that the odor of the henna will not be noticed. Blondes should not use henna as it will darken the hair and may give it a peculiar color. Again, this was a shorter dye time than a modern henna application and would have resulted in a more subtle color change. While this shorter application time does seem to have been quite common, it certainly wasn't universal. The Barber's Manual from 1911 suggests leaving on the henna paste anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours to obtain different shades. 2 hours is actually how long I leave my henna on, so this darker, more rich pigmentation certainly wouldn't have been totally unheard of. It may have been less common than just a very light henna stain, but, you know, we're still historically accurate over here. It's all good. Henna was also used during this time period as a lash tint, an eyebrow dye, and as a fake tan, with some mixed results. First off, I should start by noting that we do know henna was popular among movie stars in the 1920s and 30s. Its widespread use is often mentioned and mocked in publications from the time period. However, no one was admitting to it. As an article from Photoplay from 1934 states, if you go back before the platinum, you will recall the henna wave. Blonde, brunette, or in between, they all fell hard for henna, with the result that many a pure brunette or brown appeared more closely related to the redhead. While I've heard many rumors about different Hollywood stars using henna during the 1920s and 30s, including Theda Bara, Myrna Loy, Gloria Swanson, I found it very difficult to actually verify any of this information. Despite its popularity, hair dye still had quite a stigma attached. While many women were dyeing their locks, they certainly weren't about to admit that their red hair was anything other than natural. There is one prominent flapper, however, who we know for a fact used henna. Let's talk about the original it girl, Clara Beau. The year was 1931, and Miss Beau's former secretary, Daisy DeVoe, was on trial for stealing large sums of cash and jewelry from the actress. In an attempt to divert attention away from her own alleged crimes, Miss DeVoe proceeded to trash Clara Beau's image and reputation very publicly, which effectively ended her career. Among the many scandalous revelations, some of which were definitely not true, it came out that Clara dyed her hair with henna. The following was reported in the New York Times. Yes, the New York Times. Henna is big news. January 18th, 1931. Speaking hoarsely because of bronchitis, Clara scored what the peroxide blonde said on the witness stand about my hair. Her eyes flashing, she lifted her hand to her forehead and pushed back the tangle of red curls. "Look at the roots," she said. "Why, that hair was red when I was born, been red ever since, and is red now and always will be. Of course I did have to have some henna on it. It was too dark and red, and I had to brighten it up for the camera." I gotta admit, from a modern perspective, the idea of one's hair color being used as evidence against them in court is rather bizarre. But it does go to show some of the stigma that was still attached to hair dye. It also goes to show why many other starlets would not have been willing to admit they used henna on their hair. Going back to Clara for a minute, let's discuss her hair shade. Most of her films were in black and white, so you don't really get a sense of her true hair color. However, there is a short surviving clip of her in color, so you can see how very red her hair actually was. Given that Clara mentions that she uses henna to lighten her hair for camera, I suspect she's probably not using a pure henna mix. Henna only adds pigment to the hair, it does not take any away, so if anything it darkens it, not lightens it. Miss Beau may have been using henna mixed with some other ingredients, such as this recipe for Egyptian henna from 1911, which includes peroxide, which likely would have had a lightening effect. Now, I must admit, I keep looking askance at any Hollywood star from this era that has a red tint to their hair and thinking, is that henna? I suspect many of these redheaded stars were using at least a bit of henna, even if they would never have dared tell anybody about it. In later decades, hair dye certainly did start to lose that scandalous reputation. Lucille Ball was known to have used henna rinses and certainly didn't try to hide it. Rita Hayworth also was known to have dyed her hair red, although I was unable to confirm if this was done with henna or a different, more artificial red dye. And even Judy Garland is reported to have used henna rinses on her hair. I am personally so glad that I don't have to hide my henna usage in shame. It is such a great product, and I love the look it gives my hair. It's also one of the few truly natural dyes, and because I have a multiple chemical sensitivity, it's one of the few dyes that I can use without harming myself. I like red hair, but I'm not willing to make myself sick for it. Also, I have a lot of gray in my hair, and I don't know if you can see on camera, but it turns my gray streak this like fiery ginger red, and I love it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at henna of the past. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on henna, if you've tried henna, if you love it, hate it. Let me know. If you hate it, you're wrong, but as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! This video is made possible through the generous support of my Patreon members. Thank you. What are you doing? You just gonna stay in the background? You're just gonna stay in the background. Hi. Oh, I think I'm gonna have a cat on my lap. Hi. Don't jump on the laptop. We're good. No! You can stay there, but you're not going any further. In an attempt to divert attention away from her alleged crimes. In an attempt to divert attention away from her alleged climb... why do I keep saying she was not a climber? It's not a thing. In an attempt to divert attention away from her alleged crimes... I'm gonna get this. Actually necessary to set the dye, to use the alcohol. What am I talking about? Henna! Oh, nothing like a bit of henna chemistry on a Saturday evening. No, wait, it's Monday? Tuesday? I think it's Monday. It's Saturday. I haven't been Saturday for days. I'm fine. It's good. Miss Beau may have been using henna mixed with some other ingredients, such as this recipe for Egyptian henna from 1911, which includes peroxide, which definitely would have had a lightening effect on the hair. This is investigative journalism right here. It's important stuff. Oh man, I'm getting so tongue-tied tonight. This is actually fairly similar to a modern henna. Why can't I say that? If I'm having problems saying henna, this is going to be a really long video to film. Okay, henna, 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 henna. Blondes should not use henna as it will darken the hair and may give it a peculiar. Man, having a speech impediment's hard. Peculiar. Blondes should not use henna as it will darken the hair and may give it a peculiar color. Nailed it.